Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Fall Break Podcast. I am your host, Mason Fall. Today, I am joined with a very special guest today, the one and only Dante Harrell. How are you doing today, Dante?
I'm doing great. It's good to be here.
All right, that's good to see. And we are also, again, once joined by the beloved one and only Damien Young. How are you doing today, Damien?
I'm doing great.
All right. And I just want to say to everyone, last time that we did our podcast, it cut off again. I'm sorry. We are going to work on the software. I think I found the issue. But if it's not, just bear with me here, all right? First off, I just want to say very important news about Damien. Damien, what did you just get? What did I just hear about yesterday?
I got a job.
Damien just got a job. And can you please tell us where you got the job?
It's at McDonald's, though I don't know the location.
Okay. Oh,
I forgot.
if he doesn't know where it is, but the good news is that he finally got a job.
We can pay.
And me and Dante know very well about paying a lot for Damien stuff because every time we go out, guess who has money?
This guy,
And
Mason Fall.
that's right. But now, since Damien has a job, guess who gets to take us out to dinner?
Oh, no.
Please tell us. We have paid. Me and him in total have probably paid over $300 worth of stuff for you. Can you please tell us who's taking us out to dinner after their first paycheck?
Me.
You're gosh darn right. Okay. But for all of you who don't know, me and Dante, well, in order for us to hang out, we have to have money, and in order to have money, we have jobs. And where I work is I work at Hy-Vee on Devil's Glen, and it is a very nice job. Lovely people there. A huge franchise. And I'm talking big, baby. I'm getting the big bucks right now. $12 an hour. It's amazing. And Dante here. Where do you work, Dante?
I work at Fairway.
All right. And how much do you get paid?
$11.75.
That's right, baby. I get paid 25 cents more than him. Woo! Okay. But either way, I mean, we're both still getting paid. We're both being able to pay off for gas and for all of our stuff and our basic needs, and we're also able to hang out and enjoy life as teenagers by being able to afford to do stuff like movies and food. What else can teenagers buy to do together? I don't know. There's an arcade in Moline. We don't shop for things, Damien. You know that better than any of us.
Yeah.
But wait, what'd you say?
I said we usually spend money on bowling.
That's right. We do go bowling, and Dante is a pretty good bowler, except that I beat him last time. Isn't that right, Dante?
I was doing it with my eyes closed.
But so did I. But it's good that we work because in order for us to hang out with each other and in order for us to actually do stuff together, we need a job. And and while we're working, there's a lot of good memories made, and we all share some good memories with our coworkers where we work. And do you have any fun, favorite memories to talk about, Dante, about working at Fairway?
Yeah. Actually, today,
Oh yeah, what happened?
during our truck, we had this one boy I always hang out with, Isaiah Martinez.
The one and only Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Isaiah Martinez, if you're listening to this right now, man, you're getting a shout out from the one and only Dante Harrell.
I'm trying to get him to join this podcast.
All right, well, I'll reach out to him and he'll probably join. All right, but what happened today?
Not much, just a regular truck. He messed something up. John came, our boss, the manager came over. Just started talking to him about it. I just went over there and just said, "You're garbage," basically.
That's hilarious. Well, when I was at Fairway, there is this guy who works in the back. We are in charge of people returning bottles and cans and stuff. And one of the main key factors of doing that is we have to put them in certain bins. And this guy named Colin, who's one of the two people that work on bottles every other day, well, he doesn't do that good of a job compared to our other guy, Alex. He likes to take his sweet time, And every time it was Colin's turn on Sunday and I was there, I was in charge of like 100 bags in the back. I'm talking like the walls were piling up with boxes of cans. I'm talking a big bag of mixed cans and bottles and 2 liters, and we have to write down each little tiny like 99 vodka one. And it just got so overwhelming because I have to focus not only on the bottles, but I have to focus up front. I have to focus with lottery and postage and people with complaints and people with returns and people that want to cash in their Coinstar. That's if like you have a whole bucket of coins, you put it in the machine, and then you get a receipt, and then we pay you. And it was just so overwhelming to think about. And it was just super crazy. I was completely annoyed. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, you're still working, so you can't really complain about that. But Damien actually has something to say. It was like one day at Sports Fans. Can you tell him about that story?
Oh yeah, that day. Sure.
Okay.
What happened that day, I am very glad to say, because a lot of people normally get this mixed up. But what ended up happening is, on my first day, everything went well, at least for the first hour and a half. And then I had to sit down because at this point in time, me and my family didn't know I had scoliosis. Neither did my managers. And what ended up happening is I asked literally everyone if it was okay for me to step out and sit down for a few minutes because my back was killing me. And I could not sit in there because there's no space. Though they all said, yeah, sure. So I did. Once I came back, the rest of the day went as normal. The next day, I get a phone call from the manager that hired me, and he simply says, Damien Young, can I talk to your mother? And the reason being why he said that is because he thought since I was a short person that I would have been affected, my feelings would have been hurt very easily, which really, it really bothered me.
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. It's not pausing the recording. There's like some noise going on upstairs. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not trying to stay silent, guys. I'm sorry. It's just that there's some noise going on upstairs, and I'm trying to pause my recording, but it's not, like, pausing at all. I don't know why. Okay. That's getting really annoying. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. We're just gonna have to deal with that for now. Yeah, I don't know why my recording isn't pausing. It's getting quite annoying. But yeah, Damien, that's quite sad to hear. Because, you know, it's the first day, you got a job, and, you know, you're trying to just do your best, but yeah, that noise is getting really annoying. We can hear that, you know. All right, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. It's just that I'm trying to pay attention to this podcast, and she knows I'm doing it, but she just doesn't really care, I guess.
Let's try to ignore all that then. Alright, Dante.
What?
What is your dream job?
Honestly, it's to work at Nestle.
Can you please tell us a little bit more about Nestle?
It's a corporation that mainly handles with dog and cat food.
Oh, yeah? Why? Who gave you that idea to work there?
honestly, my dad started bragging about it, how much money he made. He made about, let's see, every 2 weeks he get paid, right? And his paycheck is usually about 4,000.
For 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yes.
That's it.
With overtime, of course.
$4,000
Yes, with
for
overtime.
2 weeks of work. That's crazy. I want to work there now. But yeah, we went over dreams jobs on our last podcast with me, Damien, and Peyton. If you guys haven't seen that already, go check it out. But that's actually pretty crazy. You know, like being able to have a job that paid like $4,000 a week for 2 weeks, including overtime. That's crazy.
I know.
But what do you do there though?
You test different dog food, see if it's edible for the dog, really. For instance, like the chemicals that's in it. We're gonna make sure it's good for the dog. We have test subjects there, which is dogs, of course.
Okay, good thing it's not human. I thought for a second you were the ones who were eating it.
Of course not.
Okay, Dante, we need you to just open this can of Pure Life dog food real quick. Just need you to test it real quick. Okay, I got it.
Just eats it.
Yeah, just eat it. You know, the dog's gonna love it. It's delicious. But
He just like at his breaks goes to the wrong group of it and just starts taking mouthfuls.
yeah. Ow. Yeah. Totally.
Ow. Are you in pain, bro?
Are you good? Because it seems like you're feeling more pain from me saying the truth than rather you getting punched in the stomach.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. Well, moving on. Well, Dante, I just want to say that's a pretty good idea. If you're really invested into doing that, I say go for it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
It's a good dream.
Well, moving on. We got some really crazy news going on in Bettendorf today, and it's not pulled up on my screen. That's good to know. Oh, found it. Okay, we're good. So, in Bettendorf, a man was charged with trying to take away the gun and the taser from a deputy while being arrested. And what happened was KWQC 6 was there to talk with the deputy. And it said here that Matthew W. Peters, who was 51 years old, was charged with assault on a person in certain occupations while displaying a weapon, which is a Class D felony, disarming a peace officer, which is another Class D felony, assaulting a person in certain occupations resulting in bodily injury, which is an aggravated misdemeanor, and an interference with official acts, a serious misdemeanor. And Mr. Jacobs, my criminal justice teacher, if you're listening to this right now, I would love you to tell me how many years he could serve if he was found guilty of all these crimes. And yeah, what happened was a Scott County deputy who had 2 warrants for his arrest for possession of a controlled substance charge and also a theft charge was on the 5700 block of Valley Drive in Bettendorf. And the deputy went up to the house in a fully marked car in a full uniform, and he said that Peters was running into his garage when he saw him, and then the deputy followed suit and into the garage, and then Peters began to resist arrest. He threw a punch, hitting him in the head, grabbed at the deputy's weapon and taser, and tried to pull both away. And the deputy also said that Peters also swung a metal broom handle at him and hit the deputy. So, which is crazy to me is that what would have happened if he actually got the gun out and the taser? Like, could he have, he would have probably killed him, right?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. If you were in the situation where you were the deputy and you felt someone try to grab your own gun that was fully loaded and ready to fire, that's just almost like a death sentence right there.
Exactly. I would have tried to kill him if I was this deputy.
Right,
there's no arrest. I'll try to kill him because either him or me.
Right, because if he grabbed it, like
It's over.
it's either fight or flight, and
Exactly.
and you can't really flight from that because you're stuck in a garage with a man that has a gun. And Damien, that's really crazy to think about too. Do you have anything to say on this?
I mean, this is a dumb idea, but what if the guy had gotten the gun and taser? What I'm saying, well, remember, this is a dumb idea, I'm thinking, but what if he would have just thrown it aside and said, how about you let me go and I don't kill you?
Well, yeah. Well, that could have happened, but
Is the deputy saying that?
No.
Oh, the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Damien.
I know it's dumb.
you stop right there, sir. You stop arresting me. That's illegal in my book. This is America. I don't deserve to be arrested. But yeah, it says here that he is being held on a $15,000 cash-only bond. Well, I don't know how you're going to get that much money in cash, but, that's just... Ugh. But the preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 10th at the Scott County Courthouse. And, yeah, this is just really a crazy, set of events that happened. Because, a lot of things could have happened if this man had, grabbed his gun or his taser. Someone could have gotten hurt very badly.
Let's talk about his mugshot.
Well, so if you look it up on Google, you can find the mugshot of this man, and he looks like he's sucking on a warhead right now. What does he look like to you, Dante?
His face is all just smushed in. Not even looking at the camera.
He just... I can't tell if he's asleep or not.
He looks like a messed up potato that got rejected.
That's also something that could have happened. Oops. Uh-oh. You guys are looking at this too. My mistake. Well, I guess you guys can see it now, I guess. Well, I guess I just realized that you guys saw that entire thing on video. But yeah, anyway, moving on.
At least don't have to look it up, though.
That's true. They don't have to look it up now because we just read it to them and they saw the mugshot.
Don't copyright us. Don't copyright us, please.
Please get WQEs. Please
Cut it. Just cut it.
cut
We need to start
cut it, guys.
Back to the top. Damien, get
We're
out.
fine. We're fine.
Future Mason, help.
I can't do anything about this. Okay, well, moving on, I just want to give a few shout-outs to people at Bettendorf High School. A lot of the guys and people who watch my podcast are really starting to, go out and share it with their friends and stuff, and, it's going on all around the school. Do you remember the pep assembly, Damien?
Yeah.
And when I was leaving the pep assembly, I was going to my dad's, and I was going to go to my car. There was this guy who came up to me, and he said, "Hey, you're that guy that made that podcast, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He's like, "Dude, that's cool, man. I have a podcast too, but it's not doing as well." And I said, "Dude, let's just do a collab or something, dude." And he was like, "Dude, that'd be awesome." And it feels good knowing that people all around the school are just watching my stuff. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been helping us share it with everyone around the school, because every view is a view.
It means more to us than a lot of people would think or presume.
Right. And I just I'm trying to get as many fun guests on the show as quick as I can, but a lot of them have something going on. They have jobs, and they have things that might just come out of nowhere, and that's why I had to grab some of my friends to do a podcast instead of someone you guys probably know. And we're just trying to make it as timely as possible, and we're all trying our best to make it enjoyable for you guys too. But again, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. We have reached over 200 views on our 2 videos combined, which is insanely crazy to us, which I wouldn't even think we would have gone that popular. We reached over 30 subscribers, and I didn't even have to ask that many of you to subscribe. You guys just immediately did it, and it means a lot to us when I make these podcasts. because it just feels good knowing that you guys like watching what we put out.
A lot of us a lot of us, even though we weren't asked, just decided to go out of our way and also help share it. Honestly, this is my opinion though. I love being in these podcasts. It always brings joy to me, and I know it brings joy to the Mason too. So continue sharing with people, please.
Yeah, and yeah, like Damien said, it really, it makes our day a lot brighter knowing that you guys just like watching our podcasts. But anyways, I'm getting a little off topic here. Just thank you guys. Shout out to Bettendorf High School. Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to my family who has been helping me put it out too. Shout out to High V on Devil's Glen. Dante, do you want to shout out anyone?
Of course. Shout out to Fairway.
No. High V, Dante.
Second best. High V.
No, High V's number one.
We carry our customers' groceries without tips, so...
We provide more than just carrying out groceries.
Yeah, but we always help the customer no matter what.
I get paid a quarter more than you.
I don't care. Well, I love my job.
I bet you do.
Do
you want to shout out anyone, Damien?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to shout out two of my friends who live in Louisiana, Omarion and Victoria. Thank you for watching this.
You showed them this?
Yeah.
And they just started watching?
Yeah, I also told them to, help spread the word of it, and yeah.
So we're getting people from Louisiana to watch this.
Yeah, I refuse to allow this thing to die. I will work my butt off to help.
I do love your country accent there, buddy. I do love how you just transferred to that. Bring it through to my eye. Good Lord. But yeah, again, thank you guys for the support. All right, we're going to move on here.
We all love you and wish you a happy day too.
We're not doing the outro.
What?
We're not done.
Oh yeah.
We have another topic to discuss. Well, we're trying to find things to talk about. So, another quick thing I want to add before we get into this last topic. I would really like it if you guys watching this video commented down below what topics we should discuss. I know that I say we should not discuss politics, but if you guys really want us to do it, I mean, I'll consider it. But I really need your guys' opinions on what we should talk about, whether it be sports, whether it be video games, whether it be movies, or anything like that. We are willing to talk about it. We just need you guys to comment down below what you want us to talk about. And we will do Q&As. We will do, shout outs to you guys if you want one. We just need to make sure that, it's safe for YouTube, it's safe for the channel, and that it's not going to offend anyone.
Yeah. Or if you can't find a time to comment down, which I don't know why that would be, but find me if you want and just tell me. I'll write it down and bring it to Mason and tell him.
Yeah, or if you find me, I'll write it down too. Yeah. And but finally, we're going to move on to our last topic. We're going to talk about our favorite movies as children, as whenever we watched it. What is our favorite movie? Because, when it comes to movies, there's a lot of different types of movies. You see genres on Netflix, like horror, comedic, action, romantic, dramatic, soap operas, which are some people watch apparently, which are very dumb. But, there's a lot of different types of movies. You got Westerns, you got 80s, you got classics, you got black and whites, you got really old, they didn't have microphones back then. But I want to find out from you guys, what are your favorite movies? I'm going to start with you, Dante. What is your favorite movie?
Actually, we recently watched this. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Oh, yeah. That is a good one. Jim Carrey, right?
Exactly.
Well, why do you like that though? What about it is super funny to you?
Honestly, the whole movie's great. It's the ending, where Ventura fights that mascot.
Yeah, at the very end of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, there's a scene where Jim Carrey dodges a kiss from this girl, and he goes up to this bird that he has to catch, and this mascot gets in the way, and then the bird flies away. And then Jim Carrey starts beating the crap out of the mascot, like boom and boom. Just destroys this mascot who did absolutely nothing wrong. And he just started beating him up.
He didn't know, but that bird was worth $50,000.
Yeah. And there was a bounty on it for 50 grand, and he just started beating the crap out of the mascot.
That's something I would do.
I'm sure I'm sure you
fighting a
would.
mascot, Damien. Come on,
Come on, Damien. All right.
that mascot would win.
It would.
I swear
One hit.
Okay. But yeah, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. That is a very good movie. That is on my top 15, definitely. So, Damien, we're gonna move on to you. What is your favorite movie?
I gave a lot of thought, and there's a few, but one, I don't know if a lot of people remember this movie, but 9.
Oh, I know 9. You mean the
The little Muppet
doll.
thing?
yeah, like yeah, those little puppet things that come to life and like in the apocalypse or something.
Yeah, that scared me as a child, but as I grew up, I eventually became more and more like, oh yeah, this is nice. I really enjoy this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a really good movie. I remember when you had the DVDs and when you were little, you would put it in and there would be like trailers for other movies before that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Those were the good.
I was watching. It was on the DVD for Coraline. That was a good movie too, but that's not my favorite. That's a top 3 though.
Yeah.
But I was watching the trailer and then I ended up finding it on Netflix and I watched it. It was quite literally not what I was expecting, because it was just these little puppets that who were like brought to life by the scientist.
And they don't know who it was until later, but at the beginning they don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but if you can watch it, it's really good.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just gonna give you a little brief explanation of what happens. So what happens is this main character, his name is 9 because he has a 9 on his back, and he finds this. He wakes up, he finds a dead scientist on the floor, goes to a window, opens it up, sees the entire world is just like destroyed. Everything is gray. The buildings are destroyed. There's like dead bodies everywhere, and he finds another one of his own little puppet kind.
14, I think.
Yeah, it was another number on his back. He looked just like him, but he already knew a lot more than what he already knew, and
Kill and speak.
yeah, and he ended up he ended up making friends with a bunch more puppets, and then a bunch of stuff happened. I'm not gonna get into that, but that's just the start of it. You guys have to watch it for yourself.
Yeah, it's good.
So we're gonna move on to my favorite movie, and this movie you guys probably never even heard of. I'm pretty sure like the people who grew up during this time never even heard of it either. This movie was called The Warriors, and if what happens is it takes place in Coney Island, and it's this gang of the street gang who like don the same clothing and stuff like another like stereotypical kind of gang. And it was just a beat 'em up kind of movie where like it would just be gang versus another gang. And well, they ended up having a meeting with this guy named Cyrus. And Cyrus is he's not really like the leader of everyone, but he's a well-known like gang leader, and he brings all these gangs together and he starts telling them about a dream about how the world would be different if a bunch of these gangs joined together and made a 60,000 human army of gang. Like just one huge army, and there's only 20,000 police in the entire city of New York City. And to put that in perspective,